Hi everyone, I am back again. I'm still having problems with my hands, but anyways, I'm here. So if you don't know me and you're new to my channel, my name is Ashley, and I am Ash Love Nerd here on YouTube and Instagram with A1 on Ravelry as well. I changed my name. All the links are going to be in the description box below because I usually don't say anything, but yes. And if I am your cup of tea, subscribe. And if I'm not, there's a bunch of podcasts out there, so you can go and check out the ones you like. I am myself. I don't have a script. I don't do show notes or anything like that. So I go with the flow. So yes. What else? Oh, this is a fiber related podcast, knitting, crochet, and sewing. I sew some things here and there. I have a Instagram shop where you can buy project bags. Right now I'm having a sale on all fall, Halloween, and Christmas bags. They are all $10. So the way you can shop on Instagram, just in case, I don't like to talk about my shop a lot, but just in case you want to know how, just send me a message and everything is done through PayPal. There you go. Send it internationally and everything. We can work that out. So that's it. So sorry for the soaps. I haven't been working a lot because my hands have been hurting, as you know, and I've been trying to focus on things I have to finish because I see shiny and I want to do that, and I need to stop looking at the shiny stuff and start creating. Now, if you see that right here, empty box right there, I just moved the yarn over here, so I moved it in this 2 squares right there. I moved the yarn here and there and everywhere, and I put the Hobium yarn in the empty box right there. Yes. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Before I went over there, because I had to specify and notify and tell you everything. So it's gloomy, so it's gonna look really gray, and I try to fiddle around with my camera to get the colors the best that I could. But yeah, if I turn on the light in the room, I think it's gonna make it worse. So I prefer not to do that, just work with the surrounding lights that I have. If you can hear some scratching sounds as well, there's jelly down there. And I'm gonna keep saying things that are not fiber related. Let's focus, Ashley. So I've been focusing now on finishing all the projects, all the things, everything. Yes, I am working on crocheting some toys for somebody. I've been working on that, even though my hands are painfully, especially my right hand, is very painfully, has a lot of pain, and like if I hit it right here, it's like pain, and my tears come out and everything. So I've been working on those slowly but surely. There are thin weight yarn, and I'm going to show you some of the finished ones. But first, finished object that I have. It's been waiting like forever to be finished because I finished its brother, but I haven't finished the other one. So I just finished this today. I'm going to stand up so you can see it. So the camera's not showing the colors exactly as they are, but this is a lime green from Caring 1 Pound, and this is kind of like a rosy color, peachy kind of corally color from Caring 1 Pound as well. This is Big Twist Baby Dandelion, which I've noticed they discontinued from Joann's, and it was a great yarn. It had pretty colors, it was really soft, and I don't know why they took it out of the market, really. So if you want to use yarns like this, you can replace this yellow with some other color. And I lined it with fleece. Yeah, fleece. This color that I'm gonna show you, it matches. This fabric matches pretty well. In person it looks better. Obviously my camera is, because the day is gloomy, is doing its own thing, but the colors really match the ones in the blanket. So the sister of the brother blanket, star blanket, it's done, it's finished, and I am really, really happy with the finished item. What I did was, I said to myself, Ashley, this is big enough. Just cut the yarn, whatever yarn you have, and it's done. I think I have a little bit left of the, no, I think I actually used all the dandelion yellow. So anyways, if I was going to buy more, there wasn't going to be any more at Joann's, and that was a problem. But I am going to send both of these, because if you remember, I had problems with the first one, that I sent it to somebody that I knew and they never picked it up at the post office. And now I found somebody who's going to have twins, because if you have seen videos really from like last year, I was talking about these blankets that they have a matching color, which is the green color, because they were gonna be for my cousin, that she has twins. But then I never finished them. Her twins are already a year old. So what's the point of giving her like baby blankets if her kids are almost toddlers? So I actually know somebody that's gonna have twins, and they're a set. They're a boy and a girl. So my blankets are gonna be for her, and I already talked to her. I did ask her if she wanted them, so I am going to send them to her. And she is not a friend, but I know her, and her daughter went to speech therapy with my daughter, and they were really like BFFs. So my daughter and her daughter really got along. So I did thought of her, and my blankets need a home. And lesson learned, Ashley's not making any more blankets unless they're for me. So yeah, no more blankets. This one is finished, and I am happy. I did not do the single crochet border, as my hand is really bad, and I don't have any more of the yellow, and they're not selling it anymore. So I had to do with what I had. Just cut off the yarn, sew all the tails, and it's done. It's a wrap. The good thing about the fleece, of lining a crochet blanket with the fleece, is that you don't have to actually put the ends behind it, because it's not going to unravel when you wash it in the washing machine. It's pretty stretchy, as the crochet fabric is. And a little detail, if you're going to line a blanket, if you think you pinned it enough, pin it again, and pin it some more, and then pin it a little bit more, just for good measure, because it's gonna stretch and it's gonna end up not good. And don't cut the fabric until the end. Don't do it, because you might be surprised. It tends to move even though you pinned it again, and you make sure to pin it some more. So yeah, that is my tip for lining a crochet blanket, or I think knitting as well, because the fabric is pretty stretchy. Things I finished now. I'm going to show you some of the characters. This is a pattern called My Forest. It's by Melanodon. Give me a second, let me look for it. Madelenon, which is me, if you're gonna read it, me de Lelon in English. I found it over there. I found it on Ravelry. Somebody wanted the pattern, so I actually found the pattern on Ravelry. They paid for it. he said the person who is wanting the characters paid for the toys, for the patterns, both of them, because I'm making my Forest 1 and my Forest 2. So this is my Forest. There is my Forest 2 that I am making as well, so next time I will show you that one. Yarns I use, they're all DK yarns. I use Premier Country Cotton. That's Premier Country Cotton. For this one, I think the color is Coral. And I use Premier White as well, the same yarn. And here there's some cotton-ish in black, because I still have some of that Bernat cotton-ish, which if you're not going to find it, it's discontinued. So I do suggest you go to Hobium. They have an equivalent to that yarn, which I bought it. I made a little haul of it, paid it with my money. But here is how it looks. A little fox. I think this is Eric. It's a boy, but it has cute little lashes. If you're wondering if this is stone, no it's not. It's puffy paint, and the eyes as well. They're puffy paint because I suck at embroidery. So I do with what I can and what I have, and I work and make it work. Look how cute it is. The body is done in one piece. Then you do the little face, which in the pattern it doesn't tell you how to do the little eyelash thing. So it just tells you to put safety eyes on it, so it doesn't give it a cute little smiley face. But in the pattern's picture, there is the smiley face on it. So I did the smiley face because that's what the person saw, and I do not want to give them something that is not what they want. But if because of my hand, I did not finish it as fast as I wanted. It took me at least 3 or 4 days, almost a week to finish one. So I've been taking 1 week for each because of my hand problems. But I think you can make one in a day if you sit down and stuff. And plus the yarn is really thin. And the patterns, you can make them bigger. So if you use worsted weight or chunky, which she has a pattern just for Eric, the fox, and I think she gives you different weights. She shows the character in different weights of yarn. She shows the little one like I made, and then she shows the bigger one, which is made in worsted weight. So the pattern, or she have maybe made more increases. So that is the difference of the patterns. But I think if you make it in bulky and you make it a little bit tighter, you're gonna get a pretty big fox. Yeah. But she does have the pattern just for him if you wanted it. And then this one, I don't know, I forgot the name of this one. And I already put the pattern in my pattern stuff, so in my binder. So this one right here, I had a lot of trouble with the eyes. They look pretty nice now because I fiddle around. I had to cut one out. There is a safety eye inside the body. Pushed it in and then put another one in. So yeah, these are, nobody's gonna play with them. They're gonna be for mobile, so it's okay what I did. And as well, the face, it is puffy paint, and the body details. So for this one, I used Hobium yarn in the color beige, which is this skin color. And for the body, I used some Red Heart Super Saver in the color caramel or something like that. I know it's not DK. If you know how I made DK, I took strands. As I was telling you, what I did with the Red Heart was I took one strand of it and I ripped it, the 4 strands. I divided the strands in 2, and I took a 3rd strand and I divided that one in single strands to join with the strands of 2. And then I made a DK yarn, and that's what I use for the body of the little squirrel here, the brown parts, like the arms and everything. So this is a cotton acrylic blend, and this is acrylic, but I used what I had, and I made, you know, fiddle around and made my own DK yarn. I think in Europe they complain that they can't find worsted weight yarn, and here in the US it's the opposite. I can't find a lot of DK yarn. It's hard to find a lot of variety in colors for it because most of it is for babies and it's pale colors, so it's a lot of problems with that. So yeah, that's how I did it. I have another one in my forest too that is totally brown, and I can't find the brown. And when I ordered the Hobium yarn, I forgot to check in the other variety of cotton blends, and there was a pretty nice brown that I could have used for this one and for the other pattern. And I'm like, oh, God, Ashley, just why? Then so I'm trying to see if I can find a brown that I can use for that. For this one, I use Bernat Cotton-ish, and as well for the eyes, everything is Bernat Cotton-ish in the color gray t-shirt, I think, the color for this. But as I told you, there is no more yarn, but I'm going to show you again. Sorry, the Hobium yarn I bought, that is the same color of gray. It's the same color of gray, same consistency, everything. Just if you want to make this using cotton acrylic blends. I do like cotton acrylic blends because they tend to be a little softer. I find Lily Sugar and Cream horrible to work with. Even knitting it or crocheting it, I don't know. I get like bad sensation in my mouth every time I do it. I'm not kidding. It's not to be like, oh, Ashley, you're just. I get a thing in my teeth, like when I'm working with it. That feeling of it, just, I don't know. My teeth hurt. But this is just the same as cottonish, almost the same blend. So it works really nice, and as you can see, it's the same color gray. Just if you're wondering. Really good. They have white, they have black, but you have to, when they put it online, you have to get it fast because it goes really fast. I'm still waiting for the email from them to restock a bright yellow and a red color that I want as well. So these are the 3 little creatures from my forest. They're gonna be they are so cute and adorable, and I'm glad I made them, and I like the finished object. Super cute. And other things I finished are another capuchin hat. You can find it on my projects on Ravelry. This one is done with Red Heart Stripes flamenco stripes. And I put these little butterflies that I found at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has glittery stuff like hearts. They have hearts, butterflies, and flowers. So, and it's a pack of like 32 for $1, which is pretty awesome because I like to bejewel my daughter's stuff. And this one is not for my daughter. It's a birthday gift for a little girl that my daughter knows. She's actually a neighbor. She liked Rosa's hat, but I wanted to make it in a different color for her. And because she's a little girl, we're going to make it 100% acrylic so her mom can wash it and throw it in the washer. And if you're wondering how I glue this, you should know I always use hot glue guns, which some people frown upon. But in my case, I used to use hot glue. I think I still do. I do little knots when I finish things. Like here, I've sewn it around and around, but I still make little knots and leave them there. which people frown upon as well. But in here it has a little knot, and I did the knot and I sewed the tail in and all that. I just want really to be really secure because it's for a little kid, and you can never just be too secure with anything. I do that with every closing. I sew it, and then do a little knot it again, and then sew the tail in, and then snip it off. That is how I know that is not gonna come undone. And sometimes after the knot, I do sew it in and out again, the tail, and then cut it off, so the tail doesn't get out of the toy, so, or the hat or whatever. I just need that extra security in my mind. Yes. Just don't hate me because I do not have knots in my things, and I hot glue stuff to, like, jewels to my hats. But if you go to like Walmart or any store and they're selling cute little girl hats, they have glitter yarn, they have jewels of hearts or little squares or whatever, diamonds, and my daughter is really attracted to those type of hats, and I'm like, girl, I can do that for you. Which you saw the other one with the little pom-poms at the sides, and I bejeweled all the front of it because that's what little girls like, and they look like you just bought them from a store, and they are handmade, and they're awesome. So yeah, I do like this, but I think what I would have changed is I would have eliminated some of this pink yarn, so this is purple right here, would have done the brim of the hat in this purple color right here, and then faded out, and then this orange would have been in this garter stitch section here, and then faded out again. And that is what I would have done, because I think this purple right here doesn't fade out as well as the other colorway. It's harsh, like it's a very, very harsh purple line, which the other colorway faded out, all the colors faded out really nicely, but this purple here is too intense. Like, I think they should have done a lighter purple color. This one it's more like a blue purple, and this purple right here is more like a lavender purple. So they really don't fade out as well because of this purple. I think they should, I don't know, change a little bit that purple color and make it a little bit lighter, like a grape purple. It's not grapey, it's more blue than that, and it doesn't fade out really nicely. So that's my only complaint about it. But the rest, I like it as I like the other one. I did it in worsted, and this hat is supposed to be for bulky, and I did explain in my last video about this hat how I use different weights of yarn with adult hats to make small child size hats or other patterns in my last video. So as well, I made this hat for the birthday girl. It is a fox because she did say one day that she wanted a fox hat, but she wanted a pink fox hat, which foxes are not pink. But this is Red Heart with Love, and it is in the colorway Papaya. So it is a more coral, pinkish, orangey color, because in my head, I cannot make a totally pink fox. This one is not pink right here. It's more like a corally, pinkish color, so I can work with that. So I think she's gonna like it because it is in the family of oranges and pinks. And yeah. This pattern is in my projects as well. It is a paid for pattern. If you want more detailed instructions, she's selling on Etsy and on Ravelry. But if you want like a Passover and you know your techniques of crochet and you have made plenty of hats, you can go to her blog, and it is free. The link is right there in Ravelry. But it's really like, she doesn't tell you how to make the hat. You have to look up a video on how, or a pattern, or whatever hat pattern you usually do that you have in your head. So you use that as a base, and then she gives you the details, how to make the ears, how to make the face. And this is because, you know, just she gives you just the details to make it into a fox, not how to make the hat per se. So I think if you buy the pattern, she would give you the hat pattern and how to exactly detail more the face and stuff like that. But if you're just gonna buy it, it's just if you're just gonna do it in the free version, it's just gonna be a pattern on top, like a little, you know, you have to organize yourself and your thoughts so you can actually make it work, which I think that's the point, right? If you're selling something, you want people to buy it, not to use the free version. I did a child size or small adult size hat with a half double crochet. I use I think this is Big Twist in white, which is the Joann's brand yarn. I used some black, which I don't know, it might be Bernat, Super Value or something like that. Then I used felt for the face because I try to do the crochet face, and as I told you, the instructions are not really detailed. And the female face is more like this one. It has a little V face, and she was giving you more of the instructions for the boy face. And she did tell you how to make the face look more V-ish, but not really. I tried following those instructions and they were not pretty clear. So I was like, just forget about this. I'm just gonna make the face out of felt, and we're gonna work with this. So I did use embroidery thread here I used hot glue again. I glued the nose. I usually do this like a little dot in the center of each piece, and then sew around with embroidery thread. So around the eyes and the little nose. As you can see, the little stitches here and there. And then I used some embroidery floss to make the eyelashes with like you can say it's like a slip stitch or chain stitch. I don't know what it's called. I just seen some videos on embroidery stuff or DIYs, and I was like, oh, I remember that. So, not a professional, guys. I don't know anything about embroidery. Then I did a blanket stitch all around the face as well. I glued the face down with hot glue, so I did like the perimeter here around the face, which this gives him more security because it's for a little girl, and mom is gonna throw in the washer. It's gonna make it safe, like more durable. That's what I want to say, more durable. And I did a blanket stitch all around here to fix it, like attach it more to the hat and give it a little bit more detail. I used some puffy paint here for the little lashy things because I tried to embroider them, but they were really bad. Like, I sucked at it. So I was like, you know what, F this, and let's use my puffy paint, and it's not gonna look as good, but let's just make it work. So I did like one pass of puffy paint, and then when it dried a little bit, I did another pass because usually it gets sunken in the fabric a little bit. So yeah, I put some chalk pastel in the cheeks. I don't know if you can see it. You might see a little darker spots. So I did that to give it a little bit more blusher, and it looks really nice and cute. So yeah. So those are the only finished items that I have. I have some stuff in my shop, or on Instagram, I mean. So if you're interested, you can go over there and look at some new bags that I posted a week ago. And that's it. That's all I have because you know my issues. Guys, thank you for watching my videos as always. And remember to do what you love. and I'll see you next time. Bye.